Welcome to MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next. If you're not too careful, you just might learn something. Hi there. Welcome back to MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next, and if you're not too careful, you just might learn something. Woo! We're like cruising along here. We're working on our center wall. It's going to have a little entrance way actually into the doghouse bit. And get our insulation put in here. And we're good to go. Tammy was at Sam's Club getting some groceries and found this dog bed. It's a Serta Perfect Sleeper ortho foam mattress for a dog, and it perfectly fits the section of the doghouse here. Now, how lucky is that, huh? So now Mattie will have a nice comfy little mattress to sit on, and let her try it out. I got some pictures here. All right, so there's our front of the doghouse. We got our end walls and our little center wall there where the dog comes in and makes a right turn. We go in there, it kind of acts as a windbreak. And then, of course, we've got our new mattress I spoke about earlier there. And then you have to end wall on this side. So now we're ready to start framing up our roof that'll be hinged. This is kind of a silly little project. It's like way overkill for a stray dog that come and took up housekeeping, but you know, she deserves to be spoiled. What can I say? Alright, I'm going to show you a mock-up of the roof that we're going to do. It's going to be like a gambrel or a barn style roof. And I'll show you what we've got. I had to figure out and calculate the length of all the struts there, and I just have a couple of scraps of 2x6 down there. And what we'll do now that I have all my measurements, I'll make a plate out of a 2x6, and then it'll be hinged back here, and then the whole roof will just flip up. Using a gambrel or a barn type roof gives me enough vertical space inside the roof section to use to contain the heater. This is the heater we're going to use, and of course we'll just bypass that thermostat that's in there, and we'll use one of these thermostats for use basically like for electric baseboard heat, and for 110 volts it'll handle up to like 3,000 watts, and that's only like 12 or 1300 I think on its highest setting. So we've got plenty of room as far as capacity for this, and it's just so bloody simple. You just put it in line with the power supply. So we'll keep this, we'll put this down in, put a little box like in here and you set your temperature whatever you want. Easy peasy. So now I got to make a bunch more of these. As far as calculating the lengths, I kind of had to wing it and guess at it to get my dimensions, but what this ended up being was I think 16.5 inches and 18 inches, and they're all cut with at 22.5 degrees on the miter saw. And here I'll show you. 22.5 degrees is a preset on your miter saws. Let me get out of here. I can go over here and show it on the other way. Let's see, where are we at here? Come on, focus. There it is. Yeah, so that's a common angle used in construction. It just makes it easy, so you know you're getting the right angle every time. And so yeah, we'll make a cool looking roof. And like I said, the whole thing will be on a frame made out of 2x6, and it'll be hinged at the back. So you just pop it open like a clamshell. Alright, so have to make room for our hinges here. And what I'll have to do, I mean, I could route out where the hinges go and all that like you do on a door, but for this case we'll just have our hinge like this, and then what I'll do, all I got to do is just chamfer this little bit right here to make room for the round part of the hinge, because I don't want to I can't put the hinge the other way because of the way the wood's going to stick out, so we have to do it this way. So I'll just chamfer these little spots here in the middle and on the other end, and that way they'll go in there nice and tidy, and everything will line up nice and pretty, and the lid will, or roof will open up nice and smooth. Now, one other thing we got to consider, since I'm kind of positioning this hinge in an unorthodox manner, the hinge has the countersinks for your screws on one side of the hinge. Now, we're going to be kind of backwards because this part here will be okay, because this will be screwing up into this piece, but this piece back here won't have the countersink. The countersink will be on the other side. But that's not a showstopper because you can pop the pin out and spin your hinge around this way and then pop your hinge pin back in there. And then you'll have one with the countersink facing up and one with the countersink facing out. So easy peasy. Door frame out and around, and then our roof little trusses will sit right on top of that. Oh goodness, look at that, somebody done moving in. Yeah, you're not spoiled, are you? No, not you. No, you're not spoiled at all in your own heated doghouse. I draw the line at air conditioning, no. MacGyver, no. Alright, so what I'm doing here is, you know, the gable ends of the roof here. I don't have a very wide angle lens, so we can't see. But what I did was I clamped a piece to the top section and made sure I lined up all my grooves, and then just traced out around the back side, and I'll cut that out with a jigsaw, and there's enough of it there left to flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. Now, the next thing we want to do, this is the entryway into the living quarters, if you want to call it that. where it's all nice and insulated. And we want to make sure we have it relatively, that the roof section seats and seals relatively airtight, so that we have two distinct zones. You've got outside air and inside air. Now, I know you got the whole big hole here where the dog goes in and all that, but forget that for the moment, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sucking outside air up into the roof section, heating it, blowing it through, putting it down in here, which is going to create a positive pressure and push all the warm and then also stale air back out through the door where the dog goes in and out. So that way it keeps air circulating and it won't get all nasty and funky inside. So we've got the roof section framed up. And she'll pop open here, and I'll have a chain or a prop rod. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do that. And I'll put my little pieces of plywood in here and on the other side here to kind of seal it up and make the ceiling, so to speak, and then each one will have a vent in it. This will be the intake over here, and then the heat will be over here on this side. And then we've got our center section here that closes on that, which seals off the two sides except for the opening where the dog can come in. So all in all, that'll end up working really good. And once we get everything mocked up the rest of the way, next video I'll build the little heater thing and make the ductwork, so to speak, for it, and get all that and get the thermostat wired up. Once we get all that, then we can take it apart, prime and paint all the sections, because it's kind of heavy to move in one piece. So, but I built it so it can be taken apart, and we'll reassemble it on the porch, and we'll be done with it, hopefully. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Feel free to comment down below, or you can email me directly at MacGyversWorkshop@gmail.com. Or also you could click the little bell icon and get notified anytime I post a new video up. And that's going to kind of be a wrap for this bit of progress on the heated doghouse. So till next time, thanks for watching. See ya.